Hello, everyone. It's Thursday and it's time for Pop and Politics. We are talking about the latest in hot topics, news, and entertainment. I'm KJ, and let me introduce you to my co hosts. With us tonight, we have everybody except for Yana. We have T, we have Crystal, and we have Shelly E. So, as I always say, join the conversation by leaving a comment on YouTube, Facebook, or Twitter. We will check the comments periodically throughout the show. Actually, tonight we're just broadcasting from YouTube tonight. So, if you want to check us out, definitely check us out here on YouTube and subscribe. Subscribe to our social media so you always know when we post new content. If you miss us on YouTube, you can always check us out on Apple Podcasts or Spotify. Yes, we're there, the audio version. Check us out on there. You can also find us on Rumble as well. We are an independent media, and each time you subscribe, it helps to make our voice that much stronger. Again, we are a necessary voice in news and entertainment. You can check us out on our website at www.popandpoliticslive.com. Sign up there with your email just in case we're removed from YouTube for some of the crazy stuff we say. You could always check us out there. But we are here on YouTube at Pop and Politics. All right, ladies, let's set it off. How's everyone doing tonight?
Merry. We're very merry.
Absolutely. This is a special broadcast for those of you who are first-time viewers. We generally broadcast on Wednesday nights at 8 p.m. Doing a special broadcast tonight. So much to talk about. We could not stay away. While many of our YouTubers are taking a hiatus, we are not. If we hear something in the
we're supposed to be, but first of all,
but we can't help ourselves. We got to talk about it. It's so much to talk about. We're going to be talking about, just to give you guys a rundown, we're going to be covering stuff with Trump, to Taraji P. Henson, to Netflix's Coco Melon, the border crisis, TD Jakes, and so much more. So definitely stick it out with us. So we're going to get right into it. Ladies first, before we go into the topics, how are you guys doing tonight?
I think we already said that. We're very merry.
Oh, right, that's right.
Say merry. Our Christmas tree.
Yeah.
I'm representing America.
Home of the free, land of the brave.
Period. Home of the free because of the brave.
Oh, all right.
Period.
All right. All right. We'll get right into it. Starting out tonight with Trump. So if for those of you who have not been noticed or have been under a rock, again, we're talking about the Colorado Supreme Court decision spread across 213 sprawling pages disqualifying Trump from the state's primary ballot on the grounds that he engaged in insurrection within the meaning of Section 3 of the 14th Amendment. I want to get your thoughts on this first off, Shelly. What are your thoughts on this? Do you agree or disagree with the ruling, and why?
Absolutely, I disagree with it. And I think it has really set a really slippery precedent, because now other states are going to use this as their impetus to get him off the ballot. Look, this is not even about Trump being an insurrectionist, which we know he was not to mention that he was tried twice, impeached twice in Congress, and was not convicted. This is about stopping this man, not just from his livelihood, but they want him dead. Ultimately, that's what they want. And in the meantime, they don't have any qualms about starting a civil war in this country.
Yeah. I want to get your thoughts on this, Crystal. Do you think the standing was the right way to go? Why not?
No, and they want him to obey, and he doesn't respect these people. And why would he? These people are not respectable. I know we've had a flux of illegal aliens into this country, but let me tell you how it is in America for all of you guys who don't know. We have a nation of laws. You are innocent until proven guilty. The court of public opinion is not a valid form of institution. So I don't care what you think about Trump. I don't care if you don't like him. For the future of our country, you cannot say that a man is an insurrectionist and he has not had his day in court. It's illegal and it's despicable what they're trying to do.
Yeah, I want to get your thoughts on this, T. I mean, are they really trying to do this to get him to win, because with Biden's poll numbers we've seen in many of the polls coming out within the last several weeks, Trump is ahead, he's in the lead, and now this. What are your thoughts?
The most amazing thing, like, I'm not, and I've said this before, Crystal, she got the whole MAGA thing for all of us. And I'm not MAGA. I love President Trump for the reasons that I do, just because he's a masculine man. But they are really trying to wait, what was your question again? Because I was leading somewhere.
Do you think that they're trying to overturn the election? You think they're trying to sway the election by just moving him from the ballot?
So that was my point. I was leading to it. This man has gone through, just like Crystal said, or Shelley said, 2 impeachments already. He's gone through all of these charges against him. He's gotten through all of these things, and they still trying to attack him for something. Like Colorado, if you don't fuck with Trump, then that's fine. We can do it without you. But Trump is still going to win. And this is the reason why, because they're trying to stop him. That's why he's going to win.
Yeah, that's a good point. I want to take that to you, ladies. Do you believe that this is going to increase the momentum behind Trump?
It has already.
I mean, maybe right now the fire is hot, but it gets hotter, and these people have a lot of things up their sleeve. And when the pressure is on, I think a lot of states will do it, and I think a lot of people will fold. Honestly, I really don't care. Like, I feel like we deserve exactly what is going to happen to us, because you would rather cut your nose off to spite your face. Forget the fact that you don't like Trump. This has nothing to do with it. It has nothing. This is way beyond Trump.
Yeah, it is way beyond Trump. And one of the things that, particularly the people who don't like him and are saying that this is okay, they said he's already an insurrectionist, what he did on January 6th. What they don't realize, again, I keep saying this is bigger than Trump. Yes, he's taking the hit, but the message is really for the rest of us. And it's saying that we will come after you too, and you will have no recourse. Not only will you have no recourse, you will have no constitution, because we will literally shred it up, and it doesn't mean a damn thing when we want power and control over you. So this is really the rest of us need to rise up. And again, I think I've said it several times, it's going to get worse before the 2024 election, but Trump is going to be not him, the man per se, but just the aura or the image or what he stands for is going to be constantly under attack. Again, it's a message for the rest of Americans. We do need to rise up.
Yeah.
You know what? And to piggyback off of that, we need to rise up. They would call this an insurrection, but we're going to call this our resurrection. We're going to use Trump. Trump is the sacrifice here. He's the lamb. So he's going to be the lamb to hopefully make us rise up.
Yeah, and it's so sad, because I really feel like it's a free Barabbas moment. Like, literally, these people are watching him on camera say peacefully and patriotically. He couldn't say it more clear what he did, and you're still accusing him of inciting an insurrection. It's the same thing with the good people on both sides. Oh, he said that the Nazis were evil. No, he didn't. He said that there were people who wanted the statues up and that were good people, and people who wanted the statues down. And the fact that they're able to convince you to not to believe your lying eyes and not to believe your lying ears is just showing a level of ignorance that is utterly despicable. My people perish because of lack of knowledge.
Yeah, and let's talk about the standing of the issue. So on the standing of the issue, there is none. I mean, the 14th Amendment talks about how you have to do it with force. And as you just mentioned, Crystal, there was no force here. He clearly said that day, if anyone listens to the speech, and I'm sure they tried to scrub it as much as they could, but you should be able to find it if you really research it. Trump was saying, stay peaceful. He was not saying bum rushed the Senate and the proceedings. He never said that.
No.
Right.
And
And he hasn't been convicted of an insurrection.
I was about to say the 14th Amendment doesn't apply because he has not. First of all, he had the impeachment that found him not guilty
twice,
but now they have it twice, and now the charges are. But he has not been found guilty. Like so.
And his current charges, the current indictments, are not even regarding insurrection.
Yeah, because they can't.
None of the current charges say that he's being charged for insurrection. So this is bigger than just Trump. Like you said, whoever said he's the sacrificial lamb, he is. And we are slowly, quicker than slowly losing our Constitution. There is no due process. This will tell you, all of these people, not even Trump, any other cases or trials, this can tell you, when we don't want you to have due process, we'll take it from you.
Exactly. And it's so third world. That's how you know that we're being influenced by some other cultures, because I mean, the fact that you are able to say these things out loud, the fact that you're able to say it doesn't matter, I don't care, I don't like him, so take him off the ballot, and nobody corrects you. It's almost it's so infuriating to be like, what country do you think that this is? This is not Nicaragua.
So much for the democracy that they claim that they are. Right. I mean, so if we're sticking to politics and law, like, they are straight up saying, look, F you, F what you think. And we're the ones that are yelling and screaming at them like, common sense, hello, can you see it? Open your eyes to the people. I'm not talking about the government. I'm talking about the people. Open your eyes.
And they're the lawbreakers.
Scary times. And I hope people, I'm sorry, Chris, I hope people realize what is going on here, how they are just fabricating and creating issues and violations of law as they go along. Yes. I mean, with the court cases, now with this, they are trying every way they can to get this man off of the ballot and unable to win the election.
Yeah, but you could tell that but I mean, these are people who don't care about laws when it comes to the things that they want. They're willing to encourage illegal immigrants to come across our borders and break our laws. They're willing to encourage Black Lives Matter to go smash and grab. They're willing to, anything that we like is legal, and anything that we don't like is not legal. And you guys, that is not a world that we want to live in. That is a dangerous path to go down.
Let me respond to one of the comments here. O.A. Delano, whatever his name is, when he says we're Trump lovers and we choose which Constitution rights. Yeah, you choose which part of the Constitution you like and do not like. No, we're going through from the Constitution. We're the only ones that are protecting the Constitution here and our rights. It has nothing to do with being Trump lovers. It has to do with Constitution levels.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Two things I want to say. Shakespeare said, first kill all the lawyers. And all these people involved, our lawyers out in Congress at every level, federal, state, local, whatever. These are the people, again, they make our laws, they're supposed to, and then they override their own the laws that they don't want to apply to them. That's number one. Number two, this is also dangerous in that Congress, again, at every level, whether it's state, local, or a federal, our delegates, our elected lawmakers have largely given up their responsibility to regulate the laws. We should not be going to the courts to have the courts constantly involved in the lawmaking process like this. That's not the role of the courts. So now we are going to basically have judges running our country.
Yeah, and it's so stupid. It's a lack of resources, a lack of time. I mean, it's a waste of resources. It's a waste of time. Like, it's just
unelected people running our country.
Exactly, and it's just so. I'm telling you, you guys, I'm gonna stop saying Trump 2024 because I hope and pray that man chooses his family over these idiots.
And then you talk about, And look, and I don't want to go down a rabbit hole of this, but we've talked about, the rigged election. Many people on the right believe that the election was rigged, whether you believe that or not. This is lending to that. I mean, the man has not been charged with insurrection. He hasn't been convicted of insurrection.
Of anything. He
Right.
hasn't been convicted of anything.
Right, anything. Again, yes. And here they have removed him from the ballot. This is rigging the election, or at least trying to.
You know what? This is Colorado. They're all high anyway, so they don't know what they're doing. Like,
no, but you have a point, KJ, because I was listening to MSNBC and they were saying the things that they say these things out loud, you guys, and we're not listening. They said, this is good that Colorado is doing this because they want to make sure that we do not have another president like Trump. You can't say that.
No,
you can't say that.
To decide.
Exactly.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
We're so ignorant. We're so high. We so over here in messy TikTok world that we just don't get it. And that's why I said I hope that this man chooses his family, because they're gonna do him just like Jesus. Free Barabbas, and he gonna be done.
Well, we will continue to follow this story. And again, we're going to continue to talk about some of the things that kind of play into this. But moving on, you're talking about, feeling people who have been wronged. Another person that came out this week in the news stating that they have been wronged is Taraji P. Henson. So for those of you who don't know who she is, which may be many,
hey, where's Giovanni at when he capturing our faces?
Yeah. Yeah, well, she came out. She was interviewed this week, and she was brought to tears when she's speaking about, basically, it's her contention that she has been underpaid, and she has not been paid equally or fairly for her acting. Here is a peek of what occurred here in a recent interview. And please bear with me. I hope you can hear this. Take a look. You guys hear it?
Not yet.
Oh, you can't hear it yet?
Not yet.
Ooh. 1 second. One second. Let me try something else. I don't know why it does that every now and then. 1 second. All right. So let's see here. All right. I'm going to try it again.
It's okay.
Okay. See now.
All right. There we go.
Okay.
Can you hear it?
Are you thinking about it?
Let me rewind it. So that was Taraji P. Henson.
Look at our faces.
I want to get your thoughts on this, Shelly, first. I mean, you think she has a point?
All my life, I had to fight. All my life, I had to work.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
This, you know what? This is acting 101. She is phony and fake. The last time I checked, 50% of 10 million is 5 million. 50% of people making $60,000, $70,000 is about $30,000, $35,000 a year. Excuse me, you still have $5 million. Not only that, I don't know how she voted personally, but I know she didn't vote Republican.
Oh no, she was campaigning for Biden. He was campaigning.
I would bet you lunch at Panera. Exactly. I would bet you lunch at Panera, because guess what? I can't afford $5 million lunches, because all my life I had to work and fight. She's full of it. She's the type, and maybe even one of the ones that votes for the policies that she is whining about with her fake peers. Cry me a fucking river.
Crystal. All right, Crystal, I want to go to you. Because I know you are, you on the show are the voice of Christianity, the voice of the church.
Oh God.
You're a praying woman, you're a Bible woman. You must have some sympathy for Taraji. Please.
Okay, so I love Taraji. So this is very, very difficult for me, but I love truth more. And as I sat there and watched her, I have more sympathy for the people that's going to eat up this garbage. Because first of all, I have two things with this clip. First of all, if you giving Uncle Sam 50% of your money, Taraji, at this, like, you need a new accountant, sweetie. Okay.
Yeah.
Because,
First of all,
because
the math ain't.
you're
What she
right,
said, the math ain't mathing.
the math ain't mathing, sweetie. It's not mathing. And then he goes on to basically talk about being like having to pay for her team and stuff like that. Every small business goes through that, but they don't have $5 million to distribute to everybody else.
Yeah.
Second of all, she is proving that it don't matter how much you give Black folks. You can give them $10 million and it's never enough. Like, sis, you sitting up here talking to people and telling them that you can't make it happen with $5 million. I can think of so many small businesses that have to hire people, have to pay employee taxes, have to pay healthcare, all those things that she probably doesn't have to pay, or maybe she does, but they don't make $5 million and they still complaining. It's so frustrating that we allow our celebrities to kind of feed us this bull crap, and then we just eating it up. And Gail just sitting up there eating it. Girl, Gail, go have a seat.
You're tired.
Girl, have a seat. And I love you enough to tell you the truth.
T. Come on now. Shelly is
sure?
touring tour. Crystal is touring tour. You got you. I know you got something for Taraji, some type of love. What are your thoughts on this? She deserves our she deserves our
She deserves what she works for, just like everybody else.
That part.
That's what she deserves. And first of all, I don't trust actresses and actors because they can put it on any moment. But secondly, guess what, sis? This is what we're all doing. You're just in a higher tax bracket, but we're all doing the same thing, working multiple jobs, have multiple streams of income. Ain't nobody doing anything different. And these includes white people. White people are doing the same thing. You get no passes because you're Black. You got to work just like everybody else.
Nobody forced her to sign a $10 million contract. Nobody forced her to sign.
Nobody wanted you to ask you to be an actress.
And
what about
all of your roles are ghetto? All of her roles are ghetto anyway. That's why she's not getting paid.
She needs herself, which is cool. I like that. She niched herself into the ghetto Black girl, which I actually like. But girlfriend,
that's not paying.
Exactly. That role is not paying. Nobody is paying you $50 million to do Baby Boy. I'm sorry, sweetheart. It's not. Yvette.
Yeah. When I initially saw, and I agree with all you guys, by the way. When I initially saw the interview, I said I couldn't even remember a movie that I watched of Taraji's and was like, wow. I think the last movie I watched of hers and that was really good was Benjamin Button, and she wasn't even like she didn't have a major role in it. She doesn't have any blockbusters. Now she is touring right now for the remake of The Color Purple. And so she's paying Suge Avery in that, I believe. Right. But I mean, nobody is going to the movies looking for Taraji movies.
No, they're not.
I like her too as an actress. I thought she did very well in Tyler Perry's Medea movie. I think I Can Be Bad by Myself.
She did.
Yeah, she was in the movie when she played the singer and she adopted the kids. I thought she did really good in that role. But I mean, you're right.
This is one level above Hallmark.
Exactly.
I agree.
You're right.
but these fake tears is what gets me. These are the same policies that she votes for. She and most of Hollywood vote for these Democrats, these leftists, and what do they want to do? They want to come after the working people, and then they say, "Oh, the rich should pay their fair share." Well, damn it, if you're considered rich, pay your 50% because that's what you vote for.
I mean, first of all, it's not 50%, but that's just not constitutional. You sound like Colorado right now. You're just making up stuff.
You just making up stuff.
Yeah, let's just go to work and do what you're supposed to do like everybody else. Like,
well, what about one thing that was not caught in that interview or the clip that we showed, but she has talked about? She feels like she is not making the same amount of money as her contemporaries, and of course, they're making it the race thing. She's saying she's not making Black actresses do not make the same amount of money as white Hollywood actresses. What are you guys' thoughts on that?
She has niched herself into being the ghetto Black, hood chick, or like the down home. And unfortunately, those haven't been Black. It's not any blackbuster. Right. I mean, any blockbuster roles. Now, what I don't like is like she's comparing herself to people who have done differently. But she's also done well for herself. Like, why are you comparing yourself to Halle Berry, or you comparing yourself to what's the girl the girl that was in the,
I don't even know, but
the
guess
white
what,
girl.
I don't know, but the role thing is a key point. You're right, but when you're so beholden to the sisterhood and the sister circle, and you want to look like you the it woman for the sister circle, well, then this is what you're going to get. You're only going to get those roles that you think highlights you because you're the Black queen. Yes, queen, all your life you're gonna have to work hard and fight if that's the roles you want.
But my thing is what makes her feel like that? Julia Roberts, that's the name I couldn't come up. Why do you feel like Julia Roberts don't have a team? Like if you're saying that if you're saying that you can't make it work with 10 million, it gets harder, and you have a bigger team at 75 million. It don't matter. Whatever you make it work for you, sis.
Yeah. And she mentioned later in that clip that she has these other, I guess, ways to make income or make money. Yeah, that's what you're supposed to do.
Exactly.
And that's what everyone does.
Yes. Right. And you know what the issue is? Her audience are the people that are using these jailbroke, what do you call it? The thing you put into the TV. What do you call the thing that you put into the TV? Fire stick. Yeah, they're not paying for her movies. Exactly. They're getting bootlegs. They're getting jailbroke fire sticks.
That's what everyone is doing, though. Like, that's
people went to the movies to see
Black people do it.
Tom Cruise. And the one that audience she's trying to get, they're not paying to see her.
Exactly. And then one of the comments just mentioned, like, you're talking to Gayle King that is a millionaire. Like, she's making, and she's Black. So don't tell me that it can't be done, sis. Like,
but Gayle King was co-signing the shit. She was like, "Oh yes, don't you feel oppressed?" She was like, she played the white liberal part there. Don't you feel oppressed?
Exactly.
Yeah, I do feel oppressed.
Wait a minute. She talking about Gayle King. Oprah backed Gayle King because that's her friend, right? Because Gayle basically came out of nowhere, okay? And Oprah backed her. But Oprah is also sponsoring these movies, the same movies that Taraji is crying fake tears over about making $10,000. Talk to Oprah.
Well, that's what she said in another interview. She talked about that. She talked about some of the production companies and the people that she has worked for have been Black owned, when she did the thing on Fox for them. And she said The Color Purple. She said she almost did not accept the movie The Color Purple because she didn't feel like she was being paid what she
That was about Oprah.
But she did, though, didn't she?
That's what I'm saying. Don't take it, sis. Don't take it. But
she did. She did, though, didn't she?
She did. But what I'm saying is, we got to remember, Oprah, she got her rise from white people.
And
she's still rising off of it. So a lot of times these Black actresses, they blame racism And when you think about it, it was generally white art studios that gave them the push to get where they are. And then when they get there, they still, like you mentioned, want these crazy movies and things, catering to a wrong audience, and they're not what they want. So
yeah, you're right. It's right, and
they're phony.
blame it on
They're
white.
phony.
Yeah, it really is phony. And honestly, black folks, y'all not tired of this? Like, it's on key. The race stuff. It's on key. 2024 is coming. We waiting for
Yes, here we go.
Another George Floyd, another crackhead that got killed, another person
Here we go.
who died in her bed but wasn't in her bed. I mean, like, y'all not sick of this?
It's coming.
All right. Well, we do have to move on. We're keeping on the theme of female empowerment, and moving on to right here in Baltimore, Mayor Sheila Dixon. So she made headlines, national headlines today, from an interview that she did on a local news station here in Baltimore, where she was attacked. She was attacked during the interview.
Just a little love tap. Nothing serious.
Well, we wanted to talk about it here. Take a look. Here's a clip of what actually occurred. Can you hear that?
Wait, no, we can't hear it, KJ.
But it's kind of low in the video, I think.
Okay, so let me just, what you're seeing here is that's Mayor Sheila Dixon in the red. She's actually running for re-election. And
for mayor in Baltimore City.
Mayor for Baltimore City. Now pay attention here.
The flinch is the flinch for me.
Her voice is hoarse. I apologize for the volume. And she's just talking
that sounds scary.
She's talking about crime.
Right. And she's looking up. If you guys can see, she's looking up. You see?
So she's distracted.
Right.
Hold on, the flinch. Hold on, the flinch, y'all.
Oh, there it is.
Oh, what was that?
Was the first one. Somebody is throwing.
Hold on, look, the flinch.
The throwing. Look, she's trying to dodge. Somebody is throwing clothing at her. You see her looking. Oh, there it is again.
Oh.
Somebody is throwing, and while she's doing a live interview.
On Fox 45.
You see, she's trying to catch it before it comes. And you guys can't hear it, but he's talking. It's a guy, it's a man. He's arguing with her. Also,
I tried to figure out what he was saying. I couldn't get it.
It don't even matter.
The interviewer just asked her, is everything okay? He's still looking.
She's still looking up.
Oh, there it is again. He threw something else at her. And then it ends shortly here. She's looking. Oh, there it is. And then
that time.
I mean, this is crazy. This was live TV.
That was awesome. Okay.
And so
look at
the reporter was like, "Oh, we see that you're in a fight. I mean, you're fighting for your voice."
Yeah. So I want to get your thoughts on this, Shelly. Starting out, what did you think of that? Now let me say, so before I get your response, she has come out. She did a town hall today, and she was asked, what was going on, and she said basically she's human. She said that
people are hurting. People are
hurting,
right? And
during the holidays,
it was a domestic dispute with someone, a man.
And sometimes she said your partners or a relationship.
Right.
Yeah. So actually that clip must have happened early yesterday, because the town hall was last night. But when I saw it today, and I thought, after I heard her say she's human, it looked like all her life Sheila Dixon had to fight too.
No, be real, Kelly.
But it looks like Sheila Dixon's been fighting too, or she's been getting fought. But when I heard her today say that she's human and, you know, people have problems, that was a key indicator to me that she is being abused. Because initially I thought that there was maybe like she was caring for a demented person or a disabled person, which they can do this. But when I heard her comments about it, she's being abused.
Shelly, you thought that she was caring for a mental
dementia. She means dementia.
I said demented.
No, that's what I said. You thought she was caring for a demented person.
Yeah, why not? People take care of them in their homes all the time.
All right, so
but anyway, based on her response to the Mackenzie asked her, you know, what was going on basically, and her response, it convinced me, or at least it kind of assured me that no, it wasn't a demented person. She's in an abusive relationship.
Okay.
All right, go ahead, Crystal. I'm sorry.
Shelly gave her the benefit of the doubt, which
I did earlier.
I immediately thought like she get her butt whooped. Now I do not think that it's funny that she's in a domestic violence.
Why y'all fucking faces on?
No.
What do you mean, y'all?
You didn't let me finish.
What do you mean, y'all? I'm not about anything. I said the same thing I said earlier.
Okay.
I do not think that domestic violence is acceptable or funny, but I do think that it's funny on her part. And I'll tell you why I laughed and I couldn't stop laughing, because she got exposed. The people of Baltimore are suffering policy-wise, crime-wise, and everything else. And you have all these problems going on in your own house and on your own life, and you want to now then bring it to the mayoral race. We already got too much drama and too much trauma. We got baby daddy mayor. Now we're going to have Tina Turner mayor. Like, nobody got time for this. Baltimore needs somebody who is serious and about business. We don't have time for, we already had a scandal with her, like with the whole gift card situation. Now she's going to be out on the porch and somebody going to be fighting her and we're paying tax dollars for that mess. Like, can't we do better? Why we always it's a race to the bottom with us, man.
Well, Oliver made a good comment. Before you say something, Oliver made a good comment, and he is exactly right. I thought about that after her comment earlier when she said strangulate. He's exactly right, which also made me think when she responded, I said she's probably being abused. But go ahead, T. I'm sorry.
So, listen, our audience and viewers and listeners, I'm gonna let y'all in on a little bit, because earlier today, those two very beautiful ladies at the bottom of the screen had totally different things. No, Shelly, you was kind of all right. Let me tell you.
Funny. I thought it was funny.
So I had to get on them because it was not funny to me. It wasn't funny because I saw it from the first. I saw that she was abused, and I was disappointed in my co-host here because they were like, "Oh, it's funny," and I'm like, "Why is it funny? This lady is getting abused. You can tell that. You can tell."
Say it was funny.
I did.
I did not.
Crystal and KJ said it was funny, and that's why I was like, "It's not funny. This lady is clearly horrified. Look at her face. She's being abused." And then Shelly was like, "I'm gonna give her the benefit of the doubt. She must be taking care of somebody that's old and retarded." No,
yeah, and I did.
You can tell.
Yeah, it wasn't about her. It was about the circumstance. I wasn't talking about her. And let me say this: even if it was that, I was not blaming her for anything. So I was talking about the circumstance.
No, but it was so off. Like your discernment, and I was like, why can't y'all see that this woman is clearly she got some abusive issues?
I'm not doubting or demeaning or downplaying her abuse. I just initially it looked like somebody was having a fit in the background. I mean, yes, they were.
My beef really wasn't even with you. My beef was with Crystal, first of all, and then KJ, because they were like laughing about it. I'm like, it's not funny. What if that was your auntie or your cousin or your mama or somebody, and clearly she's getting abused. She got and draws falling in her face.
Okay, number one, in that video that we showed, and again, I encourage our audience to go back and watch the video with sound. I didn't see any abuse. Okay, I did not see any abuse. Now I can infer, or I can, surmise that maybe something is going on, where she may be arguing with her partner or whatever. I don't know, but I didn't see any abuse. I saw a woman who's supposed to be doing a live interview, and she was getting some nonsense in the background by what I think was a man.
You didn't see her face.
It was.
You didn't see the horrified face.
Her face looked shocked, not necessarily fearful.
Exactly, and she didn't look. That's what I'm saying. If you think that she looked, no, she did not look horrified. She didn't look scared.
She looked
embarrassed.
Yeah,
she shocked because she was on live camera, not because she was feared.
She thought that he wasn't going to embarrass her and show everybody what a fake and a phony that she felt like she was. He felt, I don't know if she is.
Y'all need a gift of discernment. Then you need to work on, go to the altar or something and work on your gift of discernment. Because to me, it was very clear of what was going on.
I wanted.
Okay, that's one for you.
I wanted.
You got me started.
I wanted him to throw. He was throwing shoes. He was throwing. I don't know what he was throwing, but it was hilarious.
It looked like children's clothes.
And then the flinch,
the flinch looked like lingerie to me.
And towards the end, it looked like he may have hit the computer or he hit the laptop or whatever. But no, I don't think any woman, regardless of religion, party, or status, I don't applaud, support, laugh at any woman being abused. And I do think now, having heard her comments, and again, back to Oliver, her voice, I think she's being abused. And I don't know how long it's been, but her comment was not convincing at all. Her comment sounds like people who have been abused, they make excuses and justify it.
And so this is why I didn't think it was funny earlier. Because I'm like, I saw that she was being abused. And I'm like, why is this funny? And I blamed y'all for being insensitive because why? Because she's a Democrat. You can't see the human effect of somebody being abusive.
For me,
y'all have said it before. You choose sides.
First of all,
not because you have never heard me or choose anybody's side of being abused because they're Democrat.
Not you.
No. What I will say, this had nothing to do with her being a Democrat. I support her. I actually like her as a candidate.
I like her as anything. If you laughing at her being abused, Crystal,
she wasn't being abused in the video we saw.
Hold on. KJ, this is where I come from. I think that anytime a man throws something at you, I don't care if it's a piece of paper, and you feel uncomfortable, then it can be considered an act of abuse. So
it is.
So him throwing something at her, the very act is abusive in my opinion, but I think that it's funny because she got exposed. She should have said, you know what? I need to sit this one out. You know what? I need to take care of my family. Baltimore needs a serious leader, not some drama and some messiness. So I'm glad that the people of Baltimore.
The only thing I would say to that, Crystal, because you're talking about she got exposed as if she's done something wrong. That doesn't follow with me. Number one. Number two,
we don't know what happened prior to that.
The fact that he did it on live TV. The fact that he did it on live TV.
He was pissed
it tells me that it's escalated because he doesn't care who knows now. He doesn't care that in the public. So he has
congratulations to that gentleman.
We as women need to stop. We need to stop. What is the word? We need to stop automatically assigning things to something we know nothing about. We did the same thing with Keke Palmer and her boyfriend.
Agreed.
Now it's come out.
Don't we do that every week?
Aggressor. When I say women, I mean in general, the general public. I have no idea what went on prior to her sitting down and starting that interview. I don't know if
you're gonna turn into one of those now.
Pissed. He was pissed. Whatever.
That's so like I don't know what George Floyd did before the video. I don't know what George Floyd did.
See, I'm gonna pull the tape on you because you got a lot of nerve, honey.
Absolutely, I do.
I'm gonna take the weekend and pull the tape on you. But what I'm saying,
Oh my God!
what I'm
You
saying,
got the time to do that, please.
I'm gonna take the time and I'm gonna pull the tape on you. And we got more inconsiderate comments on this.
And I'll say it again. Whatever I said, I'll say it again.
All right, wonderful. But let me at least finish my comment, please. What I'm saying is that we did not see what happened prior to her sitting down. She could have messed that man up and sat down. They could have been fighting each other and sat down and then started and just said,
we're not going to do that though, KJ. We're not going to create hypothetical situations in our mind that we don't.
Here you go. I don't know. I'm not saying that happened. All I can say is what I saw. One, I did not see her with any bruises on herself.
You don't have to see bruises.
Well, again, I'm just saying.
No, and I'm saying that
to attribute anything that I did not.
I got
see.
that.
What I saw in that video was funny. I'm sorry.
No, you're right. And initially, like I said, until I heard her statement this evening when she responded to Mackenzie, I was thinking it was something, like I said, maybe she's caring for somebody, whatever. But when she responded, then that keyed me in that, yeah, that was abuse. And the fact that he is not worried about being seen having done something in public tells me that this person has escalated. And I'm going to add the word dangerous.
Yeah. That's exactly what I saw.
All right. Well, again, the bottom line, I pray that there is some intercession here and that she gets herself to safety. I do.
But you know what? One more thing is she's relentless, and that's why I would appreciate her, because all of the things that she's gone through, she's still trying to run for mayor. Even after this interview, she's still going to try to run for mayor.
Sit down on
denial.
Is that power hungry? It's the same thing Biden did.
I know.
These people, they should not be running. They have drama. They have issues going on. Not just run-of-the-mill issues. And they're still running. It's power hungry to me. It really is.
Sit down.
Again, I mean, based off of the pool of people we have running, I kind of, I can't vote for her because I'm not a Democrat, but I would prefer her to get it. Just from the pool of people running, because it's so bad right now in Baltimore. It's so bad. We have such poor candidates. She would be the one, But again, I mean, to me, it's like Biden. There's no difference in Biden. These power-hungry people continue to run for office, and they got all this drama going on in their personal life.
Agreed.
I mean, again,
who doesn't have anything going on in their personal lives? That's normal.
I don't want you run. No, it's not acceptable to run for mayor.
I do think she's in denial right now. I think I'm going to say an abuse victim.
She has to save face now. I mean, that's what it is. It's damage control at this point.
All right. Well, again, we got to move on. But again,
I'm going to get a refill while we move on. Excuse me.
I do want to say I hope she's safe. I hope she's safe.
I do. Yeah.
Because she personally, I've met her, I've worked with her in the past, and she's a nice lady. She's a nice woman, and I do hope she does get some safe and help if she's being abused. So we do have to move on. So next we're moving on to what some people say is abuse. Talking about this Netflix kids programming. So Netflix has a kids program called Coco Melon. And in a recent episode, they're featuring a gay baby. So this is Coco Melon is programming a cartoon on Netflix geared towards children, young children. And in this episode, they're pushing the idea of two dads, and this baby that they're pushing is gay. So I want to get you guys' thoughts on this. Let me see here. So hopefully this works. One moment, please, before you show it here. All right, let's see if this works. Here we are. All right.
People are so evil.
Again, this is Coco Melon. This is the first original Netflix show from Coco Melon, which has been incredibly popular on YouTube. Songs aimed at toddlers, young children. So in this episode, they're saying that this little toddler can choose his gender, and he has chosen female. Thoughts on this, Shelley? Is this abuse?
I think so. I think two types of people that I would say despise are murderers and people that hurt children. And I mean abuse children, pedophile, whatever. Those are two types of people that I will never forgive, if you will, in my book. So take that wherever you want it. However, this is abuse. This is using children for the adults' entertainment, basically, for the adults' fantasies and whatever else sick things are going through their mind. I know this is a cartoon, and that's a little, I guess it's a little boy, right? And like you said, in a tutu. So he got his TT is in a tutu. I mean, this is ridiculous. I mean, again, basically, this is what we have come to now, that the adults use the children for their sexual perverted fantasies. And this is abuse, plain and simple. That's what it is.
What is it again?
His TT and a tutu.
What? It's abuse. That Baltimore accent came out then. Abuse.
I said, he got his TT and a tutu. That's what I said.
Oh,
I want to get your thoughts on this, Crystal. I mean, what is this? Is this too much, or is this, some push back against that and say, you know what, there are same-sex parents and there are some children that are binary, non-binary, and this cartoon is for those types of kids?
The key and operative word that you said is sex. And so the LGBTQ plus community is weird to me, okay? Because you keep assigning this to children. And what all of those things mean is what kind of sex you like. Well, how a child know what kind of sex they like when they ain't supposed to be having no sex? Like you putting a little boy in a tutu and you putting little girls in positions that they're non-binary. And it's just so evil because the one thing that LGBTQ plus people know that they can't do is they can't procreate. And so you literally want to stop people from being able to procreate because that's the greatest gift. So you can't have your own. So you're after all the other kids. You need the other sex to make a baby if you want one. And the irony is that you're trying to stop what you desire so much. You want to have babies. You can't have it. And then you want to encourage the next generation to not have it. It's weird. They're weird people.
The true identity of a hater.
I know. They're supposed to be happy people. Y'all
they hate it.
Well, let me say this. I do want to say this, because there are a segment of LGBT that don't agree with this. They think that, hey, if they are some people who believe in same sex, but leave the kids out of it. One part of the faction of that is gays against groomers, which is very they're on the forefront of stopping this type of stuff, and they believe this is a bridge too far. So T, I mean, what are your thoughts on this? Is this a bridge too far, or is this playing towards people or that do believe in this type of stuff?
Leave our children alone. This is Coco Melon. I don't have any children toddler age and under, but this is one of the main shows that they're watching. I have a nephew and a niece who are 4 and under. They're watching Coco Melon. As a matter of fact, I sent this to my sister, and she's almost a Republican at this point. She's just tired of it. Mm-hmm. This whole LGBT, LMNOP, QRLNK, whoever they are, whatever alphabet they choose, it's out of hand. And now it's a problem because you're doing Coco Melon is one of the most watched child shows. It's so obvious that you're grooming them.
And we should put them out of business. We should put them out of business.
Who is it? It's not Disney this time. It's not, I don't know, Nickelodeon. I don't know who these people are, but yeah, we need to, at this point, this is where the LGBT alphabet community is stronger than us, because if something like that happened the opposite way, vice versa, they would be on it.
Exactly.
We need to be on it to counsel them.
Yep.
Yeah. How though? You know, because again, as you mentioned, T, you talked to your sister who, you know, I guess is on the left of
Yes, very much so.
Okay. And why aren't we seeing more people like your sister see this type of stuff and say, this is a bridge too far, leave the kids alone. If this is what you're pushing, I don't want to have anything to do with your party. I don't want you guys in office. Where is the disconnect here? And how can we communicate that this is what they're doing? I mean, they've done the Paw Patrol, they've done the Peppa Pig,
everything.
And we've been pushing against them having sexualized books into schools. Thoughts, ladies?
I think the disconnect, what you're talking about, I think it happens because people have been inundated with this idea that you have to be compassionate, and this is what compassion looks like, and this is what nice looks like, and this is what, you know, just being tolerant look like. We talked about that a few weeks ago, this idea of tolerance, and almost nobody likes to be or wants to be called names and labels. We do it all the time across the board. We do it on the conservative side, the left, up and down, all over, right and left. Nobody really likes that. That's okay. I get that you don't like that. So when you have been conditioned to think that, oh, this is okay, and then all of a sudden children can choose.
It's not okay.
It's not. Two-year-olds, when you have pulled out the foundations, not just the foundations of our country, but the foundations of biology, when you have the medical institutions, these revered institutions saying we're not going to put a sex on a birth certificate anymore because, you know, they can choose their own or it might be offensive, and people go along with this stuff. So these things, they cycle through and they play off each other. These are the foundations of our country. So institutions to the Constitution are being ripped up and pulled out from under us.
Yeah, and you want to talk about what it is? It's compassion, but it's also death and degeneracy and disease. Those are all things that come with same sex. If you're a believer and you believe the Bible, then you see how God destroyed a whole nation, a whole country because of that. Unfortunately, I don't care what nobody say. I don't care if you like that kind of sexy whatever, but every aspect of that type of sex, and I'm not hating on gays against groomers, but it is a lustful, unlawful, unhealthy relationship. I don't care which way you swing it. It just is. And why is it? Because God says it is. You either believe that or you don't.
Yeah, I mean, and not only that, but I think one thing that is not looked at more than it should is it's something that's pushed by the Satanic Temple.
Oh yeah,
it's occult. You know what? And people need to go back and research this stuff. But the Satanic Temple, the occult, they pushed pedophilia, they pushed same sex, they push abortion.
Yep.
You know, all of that stuff goes hand in hand with the occult. Yeah. And so now what we have done, you know, as a society is we have mainstreamed this occult behavior.
Yeah.
And they're putting it now on TV, in the school systems. They're putting it everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we can't figure out why we're so sick. We can't figure out why we're so unhappy. We can't figure out why we're so poor, and it's dragging us into poverty. These are all things related to going in this direction as a nation.
Yeah. And this is why we will lose. This is why we're losing, because we're so focused on this. They're so worried about the LGBT elemental P community that they're not focused on the real issues that we have. Like, let them sit aside. Obama messed everything up. But let them go into their own little world and community or whatever they need to do and be by themselves. Yeah. We got bigger issues. We got bigger fish to fry here.
Historically, the occult, the satanic, whatever groups, all of this stuff was really kept in its own little corner,
Right.
if you will. It was not mainstream. But now, of course, I say a lot of it is attributed to social media when it has become mainstream. Hollywood has been crazy forever and a day. The cults have been in their own little corners. Really, nobody knew about them until they have become made to be the norm. And then who is consuming this? Who's buying it? Who has, all the whatever, the subscriptions to all of this stuff? People who, I'm just saying, may not be you or I individually, but collectively, we are consuming it.
Well, another thing is we're not pushing back enough against it. The right is somewhat, pushing back against it, but not enough, not nearly enough.
These two,
we all have been, at different various rallies. We all have done the school board meetings, where we're pushing back against this sexuality within books, right in public schools, right in elementary, K through 5. They're pushing these types of books, explicit sexual encounters. But there's not enough of us there. We should be bombarding these meetings, bombarding these drag queen story hours and things like this. It's not enough of us. And so that's why it's important. I know I say this all the time. Please share our broadcast.
Please.
Subscribe. Send it to someone in a DM. Share it on your timeline, on your social media. People need to know what's going on, and you do not remain silent, because just like we said in a couple of weeks ago about tolerance is that road that ship has sailed. We need to become more intolerant. So,
and think about it is we know that there are more of us. We know that there are more of us that believe and can see right from wrong, but you're just not speaking out. You're just not doing anything. Please join us. There's strength in numbers, and we're gonna need the support from the people who have common sense in order to make this happen. Right. Come out from wherever you are and do it. We can do this together.
I agree. And effectiveness, like I agree that there are more of us than them, but for some reason we're just too afraid to be called mean or called a Trump supporter. But I'm telling you, you guys, y'all say y'all love God. I'm going to bring a scripture that says, if you deny me, I'm going to deny you in front of my Father in heaven. And so we almost have to speak. KJ, you always say to not speak is to speak, and to not act is to act.
Yeah, and I want to comment on this person's talk because he's right.
Please.
Right. I don't know if I can do it. Let me
Black
see.
woman.
Premium 1973.
Yeah, 1973 says y'all Black women are the main ones befriending these gays and drags, though. And this is why it's full blast now with the alphabet people. You're right. I've said it multiple times. Women are it's been a lot of women in general, not just Black women, white women too, honey. Check out
exactly. It's women.
It's women who was going against Candace Owens. Women have been allies with this community, and they have brought this degeneracy, to the children. So I'm right there with you.
Complicit. Yeah, we've been complicit.
And I'm gonna ask the question that I normally ask. While I agree with that women, do find humor or whatever with a lot of these gay drag people, I'm gonna ask the question I always ask. It takes two. Where are the men?
Well, I got to push back on you, Shelly, on this, because the men stood up against Bud Light. The men got Bud Light to change.
You're right, but I'm talking about when it comes to these children. Where are the men? I'm not, and again, I'm just saying it takes two sides. It's right. Two. The women.
No. We can't blame the men for this one. Nope, because if like we say on the show, hold on. Like we say on the show, the women are the ones who are bearing the children and nurturing the children. It's the woman's position to make sure that these children know what they need to know. The men are working. They're bringing home the bacon. That's what they need to be doing.
It takes two.
It takes two to raise a family, but in this case, it's the women that's the problem.
Yeah, and I think he's talking about the men. You don't see a lot of men hanging around gay guys. Like
no, you don't.
So what I'm saying is he's saying the acceptance of the gays and the transgender has been that falls on us. It does.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, speaking of these issues that we do need to talk about, we can't end this without talking about the border. And you want to talk about impeachment. Biden needs to be impeached for the lack of control over the border. The executive is supposed to secure the laws. They are supposed to, enforce the laws. He has failed to protect our border and secure our border. And I said it a long time ago. Forget all the tax stuff, Hunter Biden stuff, the China stuff. He should be impeached on his failure to enforce border security. In just the last 48 hours, according to the Washington Examiner, authorities have encountered almost as many immigrants illegally attempting to enter the United States from Mexico as in entire months during the Obama and Trump's administrations. This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous.
And you know what? We have a system that we're supposed to have checks and balances. And when one part of our government is not upholding the oath, the other part should step in. And this is where I agree with you that he should be impeached. But I also am going to blame our Congress, because Congress has an equal say in our government. And they have not been living up to their oaths in helping to protect our borders. They have a role to play in this. For years, they have played these games. Oh, we're going to give amnesty to some, and they're already here. This is Republicans and Democrats, so they are equally guilty.
I don't know about equally. All he has to do is enforce. Yes, we do need an immigration policy. Yes, the Democrats and Republicans have failed to put forward a concrete immigration policy, but he can stop this border madness.
Absolutely.
The president of the United States can stop the border madness, and he has failed to do so, and he should be impeached for doing it.
Right.
We are at risk.
Where is Joe? There's no more where's Waldo. Where's Joe? I'm saying this because where is this dude? Like, he's not running the country right now.
No, he's not. He hasn't run it since he got into office.
This whole administration, he has not run this country. So it's not about Joe Biden at this point. Joe Biden is so busy trying to make sure his crackhead son stays in compliance, which he's not. But black women are running this country right now. Or women are running this country right now. And this is why we're messed up.
Yeah.
Every time he signs an executive order, he's just there to sign it. These women, all these women standing behind him, they're the ones that are running this country. So here we go back to the women.
Why would you hate your children like that? And honestly, I disagree with you, KJ, and I agree with Shelly. Yeah, Republicans are just as guilty for this. Y'all keep talking and yapping and tweeting and all. Y'all not doing nothing, because if y'all were doing something, y'all wouldn't be fighting for punk Nikki Haley. You would be backing Trump so heavy, because you would be sitting up here saying, hey, look at what's happening to your people. But the government hates our guts, you guys, and we have to get rid of these people who mean us no good. When you see Republicans fighting, like what's the guy the other day that was talking about we've done no laws, and we've done the Republican guy that was coming out against Republicans. And I'm like, dude, all we have to do is enforce the laws that we have. We don't need new laws. We don't need, but it was a Republican guy saying this, because Republicans are so stinking insecure. You want to be accepted. You want to go to the Christmas party. You want to be called cool. You scared to be called racist.
Yeah.
It's annoying. It's annoying.
Well,
and for black people, you don't want to be called the coon, so you don't want to come out. You don't want to be called Uncle Tom, so you don't want to come out. We don't care about that.
Yes.
Be bold. Right. We have to be bold. Right.
I will say this, I don't think, one thing I will say about Republicans is they have not put the energy and the spotlight on this border as much as it should.
Exactly.
The border, what's going on the border, it's not only will affect our social programs, our infrastructure. This is our safety.
Oh,
I challenge you all to go research who is coming over the border.
Yeah.
Mostly men, young men,
healthy men. We
from
just talked
China,
about this.
from Iraq, from all these places. We are just, it's any day, any moment now, we could have a terrorist attack here. Right.
And let me tell you, Greg Abbott should be in the Republican Hall of Fame because it is only getting the little bit of attention. That's what I think the Black conservative perspective said. He said it's only getting this attention because Greg Abbott played his role. He said, hey, you want them? You got them. And now they all in New York and they all in Chicago. And they are overrunning the poor Black and brown.
Right. They ain't neighborhoods, niggas.
And then
Greg Abbott is trying to do something.
Sorry.
Exactly.
Greg Abbott has been trying to do things.
Your son, your little black child, your little black child is struggling.
Who doesn't like him, KJ? I'm sorry.
Trump. Wait, Crystal, hold on.
Can't
stand. I don't care
if
Trump likes him or not, but he has been trying to protect the border.
You guys always out here talking about what Republicans that don't like that are against Trump. First of all, most Republicans are voting for Trump. That's number one.
I'm not saying that. I'm talking about Trump. He's protecting the border. He's trying to protect the border in Texas.
Yeah,
Greg Abbott has been doing that.
Who, Trump?
No, Greg Abbott.
Greg Abbott is not protecting the border in Texas.
He has been trying to protect the border. He ordered his National Guard. He wanted to put the fencing up. That's what he's been doing. Those are facts, Crystal. I'm sorry. Those are facts.
He ordered his National Guard to stand down.
And he's been
getting
cut down. He's been getting cut down by the courts. And this is why I say our Congress should have stepped in, should be stepping in.
Yeah, he's done everything he can. Now they just passed a law where they can arrest illegal immigrants who have come into this Texas illegally. He just passed a law to arrest them. He's put out. They said that he had put out those things inside the ocean.
The barrier thing.
Right, the barrier. He's done all kinds of stuff.
Okay. Good job, Greg Abbott. Keep making laws that are not impactful. The fact of the matter is that. We need to be effective. We need to be effective.
Okay, Crystal. Talk that shit, Crystal.
He is doing what he's doing in Texas. He's the governor of Texas. He is doing what he's doing, and he's getting pushback.
As soon as I said
Crystal,
Trump
you're all over the place.
Crystal,
you're all over the place.
No.
He's doing what we say we need to do. He's doing it, and he's getting pushback, and our Congress is not backing him up. And then the president, he is doing that, Crystal. You're all over the place.
First of all, I'm not all over the place. I said what I said. Republicans.
And I'm saying what I'm saying. You're all over the place.
Republicans. He's trying to make a whole bunch of laws, and we don't need. You remember, no big government, Shelly. You don't like big government, so let's pass a whole bunch of stupid laws.
He's actually doing actions. He's taking actions. That's what he's doing.
The National Guard.
With
he did not put
his
the National Guard.
He's not creating more laws or more government. He's acting within his purview as governor of a state of our union. That's what he's supposed to be doing.
Your words were he put the National Guard on the border. That was your words.
That's what he's supposed to do. The governors run the National Guard. Our borders are being overrun. What do you want him to do? He's doing exactly what you're saying.
Are you done?
Let's go for the
What I will say is I like what he did when I think that was the most effective thing that he could do is tell them, hey, you want to go to New York? You want to see the Broadway? You want to see the boardwalk? Okay. And then he sent them where they need to go. That is effectiveness. Now, him sitting up there talking about he needs to be joining with Trump and joining with Congress to do something that's another effective thing, build a wall. But sitting up there having our troops standing there trying to figure out, who's going here, who's going there. No, we should not be doing that. Second of all, we should not be passing these stupid laws where, we can arrest them and then we overrun our resources with police officers. Those are not effective things. And that so I'm not all over the place. I'm going to correct you there. I know exactly for what I'm
You're
saying.
not correcting me. You're not making sense. You're not correcting me. You're not making
always
sense.
like to
You
have
are
a
just
whole bunch of
rambling and you're not
One
making
mic,
sense.
one
You're
mic.
rambling and you're not making sense because you are
Okay.
even counteracting what you're saying yourself. So that's not correcting me. You are not making sense. And I'm sorry we don't agree on this, but and again, I'm not sorry. He is doing what he's supposed to be doing, and he's doing more than what any other governor is supposed to be doing, including sending them to New York and wherever else. That's fine. Those antics are fine, but he is trying to protect our border, which is what he's supposed to be doing as a governor of a border state in any other state.
I agree that he is doing the best that he can. I agree that what he is doing with the New York thing is effective. I do not agree that we should be using any more of our resources to protect, to stop Tequila and Shaquila from coming across that border, and whoever, Hamad and Hamas and whoever. We should not be putting our troops that are supposed to protect our national interests to stand on the border. We should be able to say, you come here and you're going to get sent back. You remain in Mexico. Those are the policies
and who's
that
going
work.
to do that? Who's going to take them back? That's what our troops and the Border Patrol are supposed to do. They're supposed to do that as well. They're not supposed to let them here. If they do get here, they are supposed to tell them that. So what are you saying? Again, you're saying one thing, and on the opposite hand, you're saying do what you don't say and do what you do say. That's all I'm saying. He's
All right,
doing
look. This is just to the audience. This is this is us. Like we are literally like sisters behind the scene. We go through this even when we're not on the show and live. We go through this, but guess what? At the end of the day, we still love each other. We still respect each other. We understand that everybody got their own opinions about everything. Shelly, your words.
Shelly, I don't like her.
Right.
I don't know. Okay,
We do have our own opinions. We're all on the right. We do have our own opinions. You know, after the show, I'm going to be combing through the videos, coming back with some stuff for you guys on T. And
we gonna laugh about it.
I love her. I love her like a sister. That's my girl. But we will.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Oh, no, I want you to bring it. Like, please.
I will.
Put a Shirley Dixon on me and bring all of the noise.
It's all right. Y'all coming for me
All
today,
right.
but I'm ready.
All right. We do have to move on. So final topic of the night, I believe it is the final topic of the night, is TD Jakes. Wow. So
I'm not touching that.
Why not? See, here we go with that bull crap.
He's been
here we go with that selective outrage.
All right, so we're going to clean it nice and clean really quickly. TD Jakes, for you guys don't know, the Bishop Reverend Dr. TD Jakes has been in the news. There is breaking news out today related to him, he was trending on Twitter. Allegations are coming from multiple sources stating that he attended parties with Sean P. Diddy Combs.
Hey.
In illicit behavior with young men. Jakes is a prominent pastor, Bishop Reverend Dr. Pastor. He has even been compared to the late Billy Graham. He has a huge complex, I believe, in Texas. So, I mean, they're saying here that he's engaged in some homosexual acts. This is all allegedly, and he's been at some of these parties. This came out recently regarding Cassie Ventura. Cassie is Diddy's ex-girlfriend, came out with a lawsuit. It has been settled. Things have been sealed, but somehow it was let out, that allegedly he's been doing some illicit things. I'll start with you on this, T. What are your thoughts?
Oh, me? You're going to start with me on this one?
Yeah, I want to start with you.
Okay. So I'll admit that I hadn't been following the whole situation. I saw the headlines and, here and there, Diddy, TD Jakes. I thought it was an odd combination, like Snoop and Martha Stewart. Like, like, where did that come from? But okay, let's deal with it. Let's stay there for a second. And I don't believe it. I don't believe it. I know Diddy is hot. Diddy's always been hot people have always been saying the same things about Diddy, and all of a sudden here we got TD Jakes. Yeah, and get ready. I can't see the get ready. But however, I understand that as a former church girl, I know how the church operates. And there's a lot of them undercover motherfuckers down there. And it's not just in the music ministry. It's in the preachers are the ones. And I know the church like the back of my hand, and I've seen some stuff. So it doesn't surprise me if it's true, but I don't believe it. Not TD Jakes. Not TD Jakes, dog.
Shelly, I want to get your thoughts on this. You know, the allegations. Do you believe them? And what are your thoughts?
Let's say this. I like TD Jakes because I think he's a great motivational speaker, and okay, he's a preacher, whatever. But I would not be surprised. And again, like you said, this is allegedly, right? This is all alleged rumors or whatever. But there have been over time, there's been a number of, I've always thought, or I shouldn't say always, but for a long time, I have known that the bigger a church gets, the less it's churching. So the less preaching is going on. It's more emotionalism. It's more circus. It's more clownish. It's more entertainment. And this celebrity culture, these pastors who want to be celebrity, they don't want to pastor people. They want to be laid out in the pasture with another pastor on top of themselves, right? But that's what they want. Like, what's the guy's name there? Yeah, what's the guy's name down in Atlanta? Bishop Eddie Long, I think it was a few years ago.
He's passed away. He's passed away.
Jamal Bryant.
Yeah, these churches, it's not about a lot of these big churches, these big mega churches, 10,000, 5,000 people. They're not necessarily preaching. They are doing what they have to do for the show. They are collecting their money for the show that they're giving that Sunday.
But what about this though? We're talking about TD Jakes and Diddy. Like, we know about the churches.
It's alleged, whatever. I wouldn't be surprised. I don't believe it or disbelieve it. It's alleged. That's what the rumors are. But a lot of these entertainers, they do mix boots with a lot of these pastors.
Crystal, I want to get your thoughts on this.
He was over there praying for Diddy. So yes, he was. He was praying for them. He is the pastor.
Yeah, they were on his knees. He was on his knees praying. Hands on your knees. Hands on your knees.
Okay. So what I will say, and this is just, you know, my mom always says there's a Trinidad saying that says, if you wasn't there, your name wouldn't call. That's not always the case. I hope that is not the case for TD Jakes. And the reason why is because Christians, we need a win, you guys. And I feel like up until this point, TD Jakes has lived an impeccable life, and a life that's worthy of, you know, the calling. And
how do you know that, Crystal?
Well, I'm just saying what we know, right? What we know. So I hope and pray that this is not the case. However, I wouldn't be surprised because, like you said, Bishop Eddie Long and Jamal Bryant, and like they've just kind of let us down. And honestly, TD Jakes started like mixing and mingling with the Oprahs and the Tyler Perrys. And the Bible says, "How can two walk together except they agree?" And so to me, that was already an alert when he started doing that. And so I was already geared up for something.
It also
like
said no respect of persons. And I do know a lot of these cultish like churches, these mega churches, if you have money and if you have prestige and status and celebrity, you get the front row pew right next to First Lady.
Where did this come from though? Like who released information? Did they have a picture together? Was hugging?
They always tell.
I was saying, what they're alleging is, if you recall, a couple of weeks ago, Cassie, which was Diddy's old girlfriend, went to the police and, you know,
right.
And she laid out to them a lot of stuff, a lot of names.
Yeah.
And so what they are alleging is, you know, and then Diddy paid her off. So kind of hold it all, and it was supposed to go away. Well, they're alleging that parts of her testimony has leaked to the press, and this is what came out. He was one of the ones that was within the whole thing with her doing all of these sexual acts with multiple celebrities. TD Jakes was one of these people that was part of it. So
TD Jakes was having threesomes with Cassie and Diddy
at a party. He was not with not necessarily with Cassie and Diddy, but he was one of the ones that have been in the circle having affairs with men at these parties.
No, I don't believe that. I can't believe.
I honestly, I don't know. I don't know whether to believe it or not, but I am not surprised because, as Shelly said, these celebrity pastors have gotten too comfortable with the celebrity culture. The lines have been blurred far too much. We don't know whether they are laying hands and praying or they're out there partying with these people. And it's
both. They can do both.
No, they're not supposed to do both. They're not supposed to do both.
You can't do both.
They're not supposed to do both. They're supposed to be out there ministering to the lost. They're not supposed to be out there mingling and hanging out and partying with the lost.
Agreed.
And that is what the issue is. That is the problem. You know, people talk about in the Bible, you know, the disciples hung out and Jesus hung out with whores and pet, you know, people. You know, he didn't hang out with them. He did not hang out with them. He was ministering to them.
Yeah.
And
he wasn't having threesomes with them.
No.
No.
I mean,
that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
See a foul mouth. You hear, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I asked the question.
So I'm laughing at a woman who got underwear thrown in her face, but she's out here saying, talking about Jesus. I ain't gonna repeat
apples and oranges, KJ.
It is
apples and oranges.
It is not. But I got
look this prosperity, these prosperity preachers, and this celebrity prosperity culture. Everything is, you know, name it and claim it and being slain in spirit. Well, a lot of them have been getting slain in their asses. That's what they've been doing on the altar. That's what
I'm out. I get it. No, I'm out. I'm done. I'm out.
I can't. No. So.
So we'll see. Everything.
I won't be surprised. I won't be surprised because like the closer you get to fire, if you get close to fire, you're gonna come out smelling like smoke. And so I would be very disappointed, but at the end of the day, would not be surprised.
Yeah, we can't put all that. Man, this is an evil world. It's tough to
be righteous.
Right, righteous, and to not get touched by all this madness and craziness. That's why we have to continue to pray for these people, because
I don't pray for them.
It's a wicked world.
You don't pray for TD Jakes?
No.
Oh,
I can't say. I can't say that I do either. Not because right. That's what I'm saying. He doesn't come across my mind to pray for him like that. It's just, look. I don't know if he's done anything. I don't know. I don't necessarily hope he has or hope he hasn't. It's just that I know that these large churches with these prosperity preachers, all of this celebrity culture, it all mixes. Religion, sex, and politics are very closely related.
Right.
Yeah.
I think we put too much.
Adding the money too.
I pray for any of these people who are ministers, because we know that they are called to lead, you know, or people in leadership. I pray for them all because that's who the enemy comes after more. He's going to come.
KJ,
I don't pray for.
I pray for you.
No, I agree. But this is where I would push back. I think as a culture, as people, we tend to think that everybody who says that they're a preacher to stand on the pulpit, or everybody who says they're a leader, they're supposed to get all of this, whatever, hoopla. Well, just because they say they're a leader or they wear the suit and they're on the pulpit, that doesn't mean a damn thing necessarily. We don't, like somebody said earlier, we're not discerning correctly.
Yeah, I pray for
their celebrity. I wasn't saying that.
I pray
Huh?
for people who are trying to lead righteous lives, and of course, like, you know, your pastor or whatever, but people who are blatantly evil, like, I don't even waste my prayer on those people, because I mean, like we're supposed to call them out and we're supposed to expose them. And so no, if you are blatantly going against what God, the Bible teaches. That's why I say all the time, I don't pray for pro-life pastors. TD Jakes is, I mean, pro-choice pastors. He's probably one of those. Like, I don't agree with you leading people into demonic things, because the Bible says it's better that you put a noose around your neck and be thrown into the ocean than to lead people astray. So those people are evil, and I don't pray for them.
Well, I'm gonna put it like this. All that
We
said,
pray for ministers.
Roxanne, God rest her soul, she used to say, they're just human, they're just people. Their shit stinks too. I don't know why you think we're supposed to, get all this applause and honor for them just because they have this quote unquote self-imposed title on them. Whatever. They're just people. I'm not saying that they, that they deserve XYZ. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying they're people. And with me, for the most part, I don't have this what I call celebrity-itis. Just because somebody says they're a celebrity or they might be famous, okay, fine. That doesn't mean that I'm going to just be in awe of you just because of that status.
I wasn't saying that at all. No, what I'm saying is somebody that decides to dedicate their life to the ministry, and
The Levites.
many say that they are called to do this. They get the call from God, or that they're going to dedicate their life to pastoring, to leading people on a spiritual walk. That person is going to be put up against a lot. The world is going to come at them because of this calling over their life, because they decided to do this. And so, to me, I mean, I'm gonna pray for that person, not necessarily TD Jakes, but I pray for my pastor. It's tough. It's tough,
of course.
To do that. I pray for.
But these are the Levites. These are the Levites and the out of the children of Israel. This is the tribe of the Levites, and they. Someone mentioned prosperity pastors or whatever, but they teach. That's a whole nother point. My point is, I've seen the behind the scenes for the churchy people, and that has actually put a very clear perspective of these people. They are just men. Shelley said it. They're just regular people. However, they do have a standard. They do have, yeah, of course, everybody needs prayer, but there's a standard because as role models or leaders in the community that they have to uphold. So TD Jakes can't be partying with P. Diddy. Right. Yeah. He can pray for him. He can be his spiritual advisor, but not at a party. But that's why I don't believe it. I don't believe that TD Jakes was at a P. Diddy party, because we all know what goes down at P. Diddy parties. Well, not we don't all know, but
people didn't believe people that didn't believe half these people was at Epstein's Island. They're supposed to be releasing that list in a couple of weeks or so. Who knows?
They already did.
Why are they there? Why are they there? So, I mean, again, who knows? These people, this is an evil world. These people, I am not surprised. I would not be surprised if he is at a P. Diddy party. Okay. So we do have to wrap
up. He was there because he had to provide the blessings over the food.
Right. Well,
it's like black people gotta have their food blessed.
Exactly.
It's an evil world. Just like Sean said, it's an evil world, and I wouldn't put anything past these people. I wouldn't put some of these people. They see the behind of somebody's pucker, and they're all ready to go.
So. They just people. That's Roxanne used to say. They're just people.
Yeah. All right. Well, that does it for us tonight. We didn't get to everything. I do want to just briefly touch here in Baltimore City. We had a 2-year-old that was shot here just a couple of days ago. Did he die?
No, I can't.
A little girl.
Not right now.
Died.
The girl, she did.
She died. Yeah.
This is what we're talking about. This is why, I do
execution style. A 2-year-old shot.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's evil. It's wicked. And this is what we have going on. So Please continue to
It's midnight. Oh my God, y'all.
yeah, midnight. Midnight.
Wow.
We are up till
So
midnight talking
We
about
told you.
I'm a late night owl though, so I can handle it.
yeah. Yeah, I can too. Thank you guys so much for watching. Again, we are
Yes.
generally on here every Wednesday night at 8 p.m., a little much earlier, but you guys hung out with us late night. So we may decide to do this a little bit more late night chat.
No.
You all breaking down.
What, Miss Night Owl?
Yeah, you just said it. Yeah. Breaking
Yeah,
down
but I mean, I'll
the
be doing other stuff.
yeah, breaking down the news and politics of the recent days. So please continue to watch, share, and subscribe. Again, you can check us out on our website at www.popandpoliticslive.com. Again, that's www.popandpoliticslive.com for more information. Put your email in there. We don't send out a lot of emails, but it's good to connect that way because you never know what you do. All right. So again, thank you guys so much. Hope you have wonderful holiday.
Oh yeah.
Yes, wonderful holiday. Merry Christmas to you. And thank you from all of us here at Pop and Politics. Ladies, any final thoughts before we go?
Crystal.
Merry Christmas. Remember
That's what I
that
would say.
Jesus is the reason for the season. If he did not come, we would be in way worse shape than we are now. And we are to look to his return for the answer to all these problems. So we can talk all day about it, but he is the answer.
All right. T, any final thoughts?
Free Sheila Dixon.
All right.
Not
Shelley?
I'm just going to say Merry Christmas, everyone. Happy New Year. Thank you so much for all of your support, not just this year, but since we've been doing this. Have fun, make some good memories, and laugh a lot with your family and your friends. Be safe and be strapped.
Oh, that's a t-shirt right there, Shelley.
Right.
That's right. Yep, I'll say the same thing. I'll end it on this. Talk about the story of, I posted this on my social media. Tell someone about the account of a woman who came from meager, humble means and she had an unexpected pregnancy, but she had the baby.
Who, Mary?
Yep, Mary.
And she had a husband.
That marriage changed the world. So the birth of Jesus is the best record of prophecy, obedience, faith, and life. So definitely share that story.
Life. Shundo.
Yeah, it's the best story about life, about motherhood, about the family. All right. So
She
again,
didn't have an abortion.
yeah, that's true. Thanks again so much.
And the baby wasn't her husband's.
Oh, see, well, have a wonderful night.
No, I'm saying they still